So how do you manage your mind? If you're trying to have more awareness of what's going on in your mind, how do you manage that? So I have another little 1-minute exercise for us to think about. And uh, who manages your mind? Who do you think is in charge of your mind? Okay, 1 minute. I think we're going to stop there. You can always think about this question later. Well, the folks at Potential Project think there are a few facts that every person should know, that you really we don't control our minds. We may think we do, but we don't. There's a lot of automatic thoughts. There's a lot of distraction. You can challenge yourself to try to control your mind and think of only one thing, and I guarantee you other things are going to come up. We think we are completely rational beings, but we're not. We also make decisions based on our emotions. We think that our minds create, we think our minds are accurate in telling us what reality we're in. It's not. Our minds create a reality based on everything that makes up you and me. If you've ever been in a meeting and you come out and like 10 people were in the meeting and 10 people thought the meeting went different, that was terrible, that was great. It's our mind creates our reality. And lastly, we are not our thoughts, which is very reassuring, because sometimes we have bad thoughts, angry thoughts. But just because you have a bad thought doesn't mean you're a bad person at all. So you are not your thoughts. You are deeper than your brain. And with the distraction, the first thing I meant to mention, our minds wander half of our waking hours. So there you go. So there's the mind, and then there's the brain. And your brain is the physical part up here. There's neurons in your heart and in your gut that all work together. Your mind is the totality of your experience of being you, kind of everything we kind of have been discussing. And there are 3 parts of the brain. And I was not a science major, but I find this neuroscience really just fascinating, because I think you'll say, oh, wow, and some of you may know this already. There's the reptilian brain, which is the first brain back when we were cave people. And it was focused on safety. And that part of the brain is what brings fight or flight. We're immediately reacting. Is this a good thing or is this a bad thing? Is this a threat or is this a reward? Then there's the middle subcortex, which was developed after the reptilian brain, which helps us pursue satisfaction, helps us understand what we like and don't like. And then there's the neocortex, which is where empathy, language, cooperative planning, compassion, and connection do their work. So understanding your brain helps you train your mind, and actually, believe it or not, you change your brain. Neuroscientists have been able to test this and see. One thing which is, I think everyone will relate to, but I never knew this, and I wish somebody had told me. Your brain has a negativity bias, meaning your brain is naturally scanning for bad news. It focuses on it. It overreacts to it. And then it fast tracks it into your memory, storing it. Your cortisol goes up, and that makes you even more reactive. They say in the book, and I thought this was a great quote, your brain has Velcro for bad experiences Teflon for good. The good things just fly away. We just don't think about them as much as we should.